Welcome to the channel. Today we're dissecting an enemy you can't see, hear, or smell. Pulmonary anthrax, the ultimate weaponized spore attack. Most people think of anthrax as a skin infection, but the true terror lies in its most lethal form, inhalation anthrax. It all starts with a seemingly harmless microbe, Bacillus anthracis. This rod-shaped bacterium is naturally found in the soil, primarily infecting hoofed animals. But its secret to survival and its weapon potential is the endospore. When conditions are tough, the bacteria forms a rock-hard, virtually indestructible shell. These spores can lie dormant for decades, waiting. Inhaling just a few thousand of these microscopic particles is all it takes to trigger a deadly chain of events. The infection is a silent assault with two grim stages. Stage 1, incubation. When the spores are inhaled, they're so tiny, about 1 to 5 microns, that they bypass the nose and throat filters, settling deep into the alveoli of the lungs. Immune cells called macrophages try to engulf them, but the spores hijack these cells, using them as transport to the lymph nodes in the chest. Stage 2, germination and toxin release. Once in the nodes, the spores germinate or wake up, becoming active, multiplying bacteria. This can take anywhere from a day to over 2 months. The initial symptoms are deceptively mild: a low-grade fever, cough, and fatigue, easily mistaken for the common cold or flu. But this is a deadly diversion. The bacteria are now furiously producing 3 types of protein toxins: protective antigen, edema factor, and lethal factor. The lethal factor is the centerpiece of the attack. It's an enzyme that destroys key signaling pathways inside the body's cells, causing widespread cellular death and organ failure. The toxins destroy the integrity of blood vessels, leading to fluid leaking into the chest cavity, a condition called pleural effusion, which effectively drowns the lungs. The chest X-ray of an advanced case often shows a dramatically widened mediastinum, the central compartment of the chest. This is a telltale sign of the advanced infection and massive swelling of the lymph nodes. This is also where the disease often leads to hemorrhagic meningitis, as the infection bleeds into the protective layers around the brain and spinal cord. Without aggressive, immediate intervention, this stage is almost always fatal. How did a harmless soil bacteria become a global security nightmare? The answer lies in weaponization. The spores are ideal for biological warfare. They are easy to produce, cheap, and can be stored indefinitely. Military research into anthrax dates back to World War II, but the most infamous use in modern times was in October 2001. Letters contaminated with fine, white powder, pure anthrax spores were mailed to news media offices and 2 U.S. senators. The spores were highly purified and aerosolized, making them easy to inhale. The attacks infected 22 people and killed 5, creating widespread panic and demonstrating the immense disruptive potential of a spore attack. The sheer logistical difficulty of decontamination and the psychological trauma prove that anthrax is not just a disease, it is a weapon of mass disruption. The challenge is developing a stable, dry powder that can be effectively inhaled, a true weaponization breakthrough. If exposure is suspected, the response must be instant. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends a rigorous post-exposure protocol. Treatment is typically a 60-day course of potent antibiotics like ciprofloxacin or doxycycline, because that's how long the spores can take to germinate. Severe cases require intravenous antibiotics, sometimes a combination of 3 different drugs, and often an antitoxin to neutralize the bacterial toxins already circulating in the bloodstream. Even with aggressive treatment, the prognosis for advanced pulmonary anthrax remains guarded. Prevention is primarily through a vaccine, which is mainly reserved for military personnel, lab workers, and first responders. For the general public, awareness of the risk and rapid response are the best defense. Pulmonary anthrax remains a serious global threat. Its weaponized form is easy to disseminate, has a high mortality rate, and causes massive societal fear. Research continues into next-generation vaccines and faster detection methods. Understanding the unique biological mechanism of the lethal factor is our best chance to develop new therapeutics to win the race against time. If you found this deep dive into biological warfare compelling, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for more content on the hidden dangers that shape our world. What other weaponized diseases should we explore?